for the presidential procession. Thank you. Multimedia. Good evening, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the President and Chairman in Council of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, I warmly welcome you to this auspicious occasion, the conferment of fellowship of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. To these very distinguished engineers, the fellowship of the society is the highest membership cadre of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. And today, the President will be conferring the fellowship on these 212 eminent and distinguished engineers. Leading the procession is the Executive Secretary of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, a very distinguished fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Joshua Egube. These distinguished engineers have been found worthy in character, in practice, and in every conceivable parameter. And today, with the authority of the Council of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, the President and Chairman in Council, Engineer Tassius Sahad Gidari Wudil, we confer on these distinguished engineers the fellowship of the great and honorable the Nigerian Society of Engineers.
Is it only me? Seems I have been cut off.
No, you've not been cut off. Let's just be
Okay.
patient.
Okay.
No, we're not online.
Thank you very much. While we are still standing, let's take the opening prayer. Second stanza of our national anthem. Let's recite together as we say, O God of creation, direct our noble cause, guide our leaders right, help our youth the truth to know, in love and honesty to grow, and living just and true. Great lofty heights attain, to build a nation where peace and justice shall reign. Amen. Please, can we kindly take our seats?
Hello? Hello?
A very warm good evening, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Engineer Ben O.C. Oko, Fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and Fellow of the American Society of Civil Engineers. And by the special grace of God, I am the Director of Programs for today's event. Mr. President, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the Nigerian Society of Engineers is an umbrella organization for the engineering profession in Nigeria and was founded on the 16th day of February in the year of our Lord, 1958. Since then, the society has remained committed to promoting the advancement of engineering education, research, and practice in all its ramifications, and has also played a pivotal role in organizing quality programs aimed at developing the human capacity of its members, sensitization and enlightenment of the public, and provision of quality advice to the policymakers and stakeholders alike. In the year 1968, precisely 10 years after the society was founded, the Nigerian Society of Engineers, under the leadership of Engineer Samuel Olatunde Father Hussein, Fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and Officer Order of the Federal Republic, the 5th President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, introduced the conferment of fellowships of engineers who have distinctively distinguished themselves in their careers and in every sphere of human endeavor. 18 distinguished engineers were conferred with the NSE Fellowship in 1968. In the year 1978, exactly 10 years after and 20 years after the society was founded, this time under the leadership of Engineer Henry Imaribe Igehon, Fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and 10th President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, another batch of 20 engineers were conferred with the Distinguished Fellowship of the Great and Honorable the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Since then, the Fellowship of the Nigerian Society of Engineers has remained an integral part of the NSE history and has been conferred on engineers who have made prodigious contributions towards the development of the engineering profession, committed extensively to the cause and ideals of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, and have also displayed distinctive that I, on behalf of the President and Chairman in Council of the Great and Honorable the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Tasiu Sahad Gedari Wudil, Fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, and the Chairman of the Board of Fellows of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Ebele Ufunne Amaka Okeke, Fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Commander, Order of the Federal Republic, warmly welcome you to this historic event, the conferment of Fellowship of the Nigerian Society. And Engineer Demola Agoro, here present, Vice President. Engineer Danladi Ushiki, Vice President. Engineer Joseph Adebayo, Vice President of the Nigerian Site of Engineers. We also have some of the executive committee members here present. I can see Engineer Dr. Babalola Rashid. I can see is that Engineer Damu? Aminu. And the executive engineer Ezioku Nkem, Silas Ezioku, and of course, the executive secretary, Engineer Joshua Egube. Let me, in a very special way, acknowledge the presence of the immediate past president of the Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria, three-time vice president of the Nigerian Site of Engineers, a very distinguished engineer Ali Masuya Rabiu, fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, fellow of the Academy of Engineering, fellow of the American Society of Civil Engineers, and the recipient of the National Honor of Member Order of the Federal Republic. You're welcome, sir. I also want to acknowledge the presence of the Vice President of the Council for the Regulation of Engineering in Nigeria. It's my pleasure to acknowledge the presence of Engineer Olu Ogundeile. You are welcome, sir. Let me also acknowledge the presence of the Executive Director Networks of Niger Delta Power Holding Company Limited, our very distinguished Engineer Ifolua Oyedele, Fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. You are welcome, sir. I also want to acknowledge the presence of Honorable Jonathan Robinson Ogwebije, former Chief Whip and Commissioner of Education, Bayelsa State. You are welcome. I want to respectfully acknowledge the presence of the members of the Board of Fellows of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Members of the Board of Fellows, I can see Engineer Rabiu Haruna representing the Chairman of the Board of Fellows. I think, oh, they are here. Members of the Board of Fellows, you are highly recognized. Let me also acknowledge, of course, without them, we are not going to be here today. It's my pleasure to kindly request that all the conferees stand, and all the conferees kindly stand up for recognition. We can actually do better than that. Let me, okay, please, can you take your seat, please? Let me also acknowledge the presence of our fellows who have come to rejoice with them on this auspicious occasion. All the fellows in the house, you are duly and respectfully recognized. I can also see a past president of the Association of Professional Women Engineers of Nigeria, Engineer Dr. Iniobong Louisa Osoro, FNSC. You're welcome. And of course, all our divisional chairmen here present and all our branch chairmen here present, you are recognized. And of course, all our spouses and members who have joined us at this event, you are duly and respectfully recognized. But I want to recognize a special breed of people who have joined us today. Please, if any of our guests here is a parent of any of the conferees, please can we give them a kind of special applause for coming, please? That is the joy of every parent, to see their children get to the peak of their career. All the parents in the house, let's appreciate them, please. I can see a good number of them. Thank you and congratulations to all of you. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, on that note, it's my pleasure to invite for his welcome address the Chairman of the Board of Fellows of the Nigerian Site of Engineers, Engineer Ebele Ofunne Amaka Okeke, Fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, ably represented by member of the Board of Fellows, Engineer Rabiu Haruna. Please, can we put our hands together for him as he comes to read the address of the Chairman of the Board of Fellows. Thank you.
standing on the established protocol. However, I will recognize the presence of the President of Nigerian Society of Engineers, Inatasu Gidari Wudil, FNSC, fellow member of Nigerian Institute of Management. I also recognize the presence of the President-elect, Nina Margaret Oguntala, fellow of Nigerian Society of Engineers, members of the Executive Committee, members, Board of Fellows, conferees, ladies and gentlemen. It is with great pleasure and on behalf of the President and the Chairman in Council and the Board of Fellows, College of Fellows of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, that I welcome you all to this great occasion of the conferment of fellowship of our great society. The Nigerian Society of Engineers welcome our conferees and their spouses to this occasion. Today, a total of 400, some were conferred this morning, and 427 engineers who have distinguished themselves in the practice and promotion of engineering will be conferred with the fellowship of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, which is the highest level of any practicing engineer in Nigeria can attain. To this eminent profession are commended for having scaled through the procedure for screening and assessment of the process has remained very thorough but fair. This is why, even though the membership strength of the society is currently about 82,000 members, only a few percentage have been elevated to the fellowship grade. Therefore, any engineer with the application FNSE is always accorded appropriate recognition and privileges. The President and the Chairman of Council, fellows, conferees, ladies and gentlemen, it is once more my great delight to welcome you all to this occasion, where we will interact to celebrate the new fellows as well as exchange ideas on how to play active roles in any infrastructural and economic growth of our dear nation. I thank you all. Engineer Ebele Okeke, FNSC, ON, CFR. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Engineer Rabiu Haruna, member of the Board of Fellows of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, who has just read the address of the Chairman of the Board of Fellows, Engineer Ebele Okeke. Thank you very much. Before we go to the next item, let me quickly acknowledge the presence of Dame Madein Sakirat Oluwatoyin, FCA, the Accountant General of the Federation. Please, can we put our hands together for her? Please, may we invite the Accountant General to kindly join the table of Mr. President, please. She has actually come to join the husband, who is one of the conferees today. You are welcome, ma. Please, can you join the table of Mr. President? Let's appreciate her, please. All of you who are in the civil service, you better clap very well. You know what I mean. All right, thank you very much. Your Excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, his journey through the ranks of the Nigerian Society of Engineers began in the Bauchi branch of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, where he served as Publicity Secretary, Vice Chairman, and in the year 2006, he became the Chairman of that great branch, and also featured prominently at the national arena of the society, where he served as Vice President in the year 2017, 2018, and 2019. And in the year 2019, in his home state, the beautiful city of Kano, he was elected the deputy president of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and served as deputy president for 2 years, 2020 and 2021. On the first day of January 2022, he assumed office as the 33rd president of the Great and Honorable, the Nigerian Society of Engineers, and pledged to uphold the dignity and integrity of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and the ideals of the engineering profession and practice. No one can question his incomparable achievements and legacies of public service. He's ready to provide exactly the right kind of leadership, exactly at the moment when it is most desperately needed. He has brought quality, excellence, eloquence, and resourcefulness to the leadership of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. This is the moral fiber of the man who pilots the affairs of this great society in the past 2 years. We know his quality, we also know his character. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to invite for his opening remarks the President and Chairman in Council of the Great and Honorable the Nigerian Society of Engineers, a very distinguished and indefatigable President, Engineer Tasiu Sahad Gidari Wudil, Fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Fellow of the Nigerian Institution of Agricultural Engineers, and Fellow of the Nigerian Institute of Management. Please, can we clap for Mr. President as he comes to present his remarks. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Ben. Engineer Benjamin Osita Dimma Ikechukwu Oko, Fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Well done for a job well done. You have established the protocol, and I will stand on that protocol to save time. It is my pleasure to welcome you all to this colorful occasion, which is the regular fellowship conferment ceremony of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Today, we shall be officially decorating a total of 426 deserving engineers who have just been elevated to the topmost echelon in the hierarchy of this noble society, which is the fellowship cadre of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Getting to this level is a major attainment because everyone adorning the fellowship gown in this hall has gone through the proverbial eye of the needle. The screening and assessment process undertaken by the Board of Fellows is very thorough. Therefore, I especially congratulate all the conferees for achieving this feat. Let us appreciate them with a resounding round of applause. As a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, you have automatically assumed the responsibility of being a role model and a mentor. You are also expected to increase your participation in NSC activities and in making valuable contributions to the growth of the society. In addition, It is expected that you will always uphold good character and ethical values that will portray you as a worthy NSC ambassador as you deliver value-added services in your chosen endeavors towards the development of our great nation, Nigeria. Let me put it on record that the Nigerian Society of Engineers is 65 years old today. In the evolution of man, you expect anybody who is 65 to be either using reading glasses, walking stick, holding small bag with medications. Only few can scale that age. Likewise, Nigerian Society of Engineers is having some elements. But God, being on our side, we're making history today. We were here 2 weeks ago, holding our AGM here. Unfortunately, some disgruntled elements went and secured court injunctions to stop the election. Ladies and gentlemen, the election is holding tomorrow. We have used all legal means to make sure that as a responsible corporate body, the Nigerian Society of Engineers does not disobey any court order. And we came here, we apologized to the AGM, and the AGM graciously walked away without conducting the election. 2 days ago, we were able to vacate that order. And the election is holding tomorrow, despite some people coming up with some flimsy excuses to stop us. But once bitten, twice shy. So we had to seek for legal advice. That legal advice was given to us. Nothing wrong with our decision to call our election tomorrow. So we are holding the election tomorrow by the grace of God. And we're looking forward to all of us here. Those, I know all of you who are conferred with the fellowship today, you are not oil, you are financially all right members. So please, tomorrow, 10 o'clock, log on to the EGM, join for your attendance and do your election. We're looking forward to that. So let me not spoil your evenings with the problems. The problems will never end. And I assure you, the incoming president, the first woman president of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Margaret Aino Oguntala, in 65 years, we men have been holding on to the power. But it is time for the women to try their own. So, Madam, we pray God will spare our lives to the end of this year, 31st December 2023. You are Madam President. Thank you all.
I think Mr. President deserves more than that, please. He deserves a standing ovation, please. You know, when he was saying that the deputy president is going to make history to become the first female president of the society, it's also on record that he, the president, will be the first to hand over to a female president of the society. So he also deserves some applause for that. It's historic. Congratulations, Mr. President, so far so good. In your 2 years of sojourn as the president of this great society. We continue to pray for you till the end of your tenure on the 31st of December 2023. It's going to be a glorious day. Thank you once again, Mr. President, for that opening remarks. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the hallmark of this evening's event, and that is the conferment of the fellowship of the society on these very distinguished engineers who we say that the society has found worthy in character, in learning, and also because of their immense contributions to the development of the engineering profession and practice in Nigeria. And by today, Mr. President, by the powers conferred on him by the society, the Council of the Society will be exercising that powers today by conferring on these distinguished engineers the fellowship of the society. It's therefore my honor to invite the chairman of the board of fellows and also Mr. President for the conferment of fellowship on these distinguished engineers. The members of the board of fellows should please join Mr. President as he comes to the podium for the fellowship conferment. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have the honor to call Engineer Adeleke Olusma Medin to come forward for the conferment ceremony. Engineer Adeleke, you come forward. May I have the honor and the privilege to invite Mr. President to confer the Fellowship Award to Engineer Adeleke Olusma Medin. Mr. President.
I, Engineer Tasiu Saad Gidari Udil, Fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, by the grace of God and the common will of the Nigerian engineers, the President and Chairman in Council of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, by the powers vested in me, I hereby confer on you
Engineer Adeleke Olushina Omaden,
the Distinguished Fellowship of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Congratulations.
May I have the honor to call Engineer Aminu Soron Inki to come forward for the conferment, please. Engineer Aminu Soron Inki. Gentlemen of the press, please can you exercise us a little? May I have the honor and the privilege to invite the President and Chairman in Council to confer the honor to Engineer Aminu Soron Inki.
I, Engineer Tasiu Saad Gidari Udil, Fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, by the special grace of God and the common will of the Nigerian engineers, the President and Chairman in Council of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, by the powers vested in me, I hereby confer on you
Aminu Tijani Soran Dinki,
the Distinguished Fellowship of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Congratulations.
The general one, Mr. President. The general one.
Please. Yeah. Please, those serving, just give us a minute. Those serving, just a minute. Yeah, go back to your side. Please, if you are not a conferee, please sit down. Anybody who is not a conferee, please help us sit down. I can still see people standing. Please, if you are not a conferee, sit down. Those conferees, please stand up. Conferees, stand up. There's a conferee wearing his cap. If you are a conferee, remove your cap. Okay. I, Engineer Tasiu Saad Gidari Udil, the President, by the grace of God, the President and Chairman in Council of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, by the powers vested in me, I hereby confer on you the Distinguished Fellowship of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Congratulations.
Let me announce. So we are going to quickly go into presentation of plaques. So please, if you hear your name, you quickly come out, take your plaque and take a group photograph, with Mr. President. Quickly. Engineer Olushola Taiwo Ojo, if you are here, please kindly, once you hear your name, you'll be coming out. Engineer Olushola Taiwo Ojo. Engineer Thomas Oladeji Ojo. Engineer Thomas Oladeji Ojo.
Started his engineering career at the Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka.
Please, can you sit down, please? Engineer Richardson Olufemi
At the Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka,
Otu-
where he graduated with a bachelor degree
Thomas
in
Ojo.
metallurgical and materials engineering, a current registered engineer. He is a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and fellow Nigerian Institution of Metallurgical, Mining, Materials Engineering.
Engineer Richardson Olufemi Otufa Double Richardson.
Engineer Kennedy Ihianyichukwu Ibechem started his engineering career at the Nnamdi Azikiwe University, Awka, where he graduated with a bachelor degree in metallurgical and materials engineering, a current
Engineer
engineer. He is a member of the Nigerian Society of
Tesia
Engineers and fellow
Van Deyon.
Nigerian Institution of
Engineer
Metallurgical
Tesia Van
and
Deyon.
Materials
Please, once we hear your name, come out quickly. Engineer Oladimeji Olusegun Otesanya. Engineer Otesanya.
Engineer Uche Ihunweze started his
Bandeyon,
engineering
please.
career at the Federal University of Technology, Owerri, Imo State. He graduated with a bachelor's degree in civil engineering. He is a current registered engineer and a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers.
Otesanya. Engineer Hippolyte Onyekwere. Engineer Hippolyte
Engineer
Onyekwere.
Amsterdam Ijebo started his engineering career at Auchi Polytechnic, Auchi, Edo State.
Engineer Chukwuemeka Olasi.
He is a current registered engineer.
Engineer
and a member of the
Chukwuemeka
Nigerian
Olasi.
Society of Engineers, a fellow of the Nigerian Association of Technologists in Engineering.
Somebody should be there to be collecting this one. Who? Engineer Chukwuemeka Olasi.
Engineer Ikeli Ndubisi graduated at the prestigious University of Nigeria in Nsukka.
Engineer Onyekachi Onogu.
Engineer Ndubisi is currently
Engineer
executive
Onyekachi
manager of
Onogu.
the Transmission Company of Nigeria at corporate headquarters Abuja. He is a current registered engineer and a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers,
Engineer Stella
Nigerian Institution of Power Engineers.
Ume Ozulu. Engineer Stella Ume Ozulu. Engineer Ola
Engineer Iliya Joshua
Sunkami
Yusufu started his engineering
Ojowuro.
career at Ahmadu Bello University and graduated with a Bachelor's of Engineering in Mechanical Engineering. Engineer Joshua is currently a principal manager at the Transmission Company of Nigeria. He is a current registered engineer and a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Nigerian Institution of Power Engineers.
Engineer Udochi Nwachukwu. Udochi Nwachukwu. Udochi Nwachukwu.
Engineer Paul Ohiwere Dele started his engineering career
Engineer
at
Solomon
Imohioson Ambrose Ali University, Ekoma, Edo State, where he
Toluju.
graduated with a degree in civil engineering.
Engineer Solomon
He's a current
Toluju.
registered engineer and a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and member Nigerian Institution of Civil Engineers.
Please, when you hear your name, you kindly come to the left side, to my left-hand side. When you hear your name, you come to my left-hand side, you collect your plaque, and you go and take a handshake with Mr. President.
Engineer
Come
Issa
in through this
Abubakar
way,
started
please.
his professional engineering career at Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, Bauchi, where he
Toluju.
graduated with a bachelor degree in electrical electronics engineering, a current registered engineer. He is a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and the Nigerian Institution of Electrical and Electronics Engineers.
Engineer Longinus Nebue. Engineer Longinus Nebuo
Ateheret Dalgua started his professional engineering career at Bayero University, Kano, where he graduated with bachelor degree in engineering. He's a current registered engineer.
Engineer Whitney,
Nigerian Society of Engineers, Nigerian Institution of Power Engineers.
Enemo Yoko. Engineer Whitney. Enemo Yoko. Engineer Ikechukwu Ujomu. Engineer Ikechukwu Ujomu.
Engineer Ismaila Aminu Ateheret Dalgua started his professional engineering career at Bayero University, Kano, where he graduated with bachelor degree in engineering. He's a current registered engineer and a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Nigerian Institution of Power Engineers.
Engineer Emmanuel Onyeneke.
Engineer Baba Jibrin started his engineering career at the University of Maiduguri, where he graduated with a bachelor degree in electrical and electronic engineering. A current registered engineer, he is a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and the Nigerian Institution of Electrical and Electronics Engineers.
Engineer Muhammad Bashir Shetima. Engineer Muhammad Bashir Shetima. Engineer Fatai Abdullah Salau.
Engineering career at the Federal University of Agriculture, Makurdi, where he graduated with a Bachelor of Engineering degree.
Please, if you hear your name, you come to this side first.
A current registered engineer. He's a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and the Nigerian Institution of Electrical and
Engineer Emmanuel Ikechukwu. Engineer Emmanuel Ikechukwu. Engineer Muazu Mustafa. Engineer Muazu Mustafa.
Engineer Fidelis Jonathan Uke started his engineering
Engineer
at the prestigious
Abdurazak
Balewa University, Bauchi, where he graduated with a Bachelor of Engineering in Electrical.
Engineer Abdurazak Omoshewo.
Current registered engineer. He's a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and the Nigerian Institution of Electrical and Electronics Engineers.
Engineer Chiagozie Joy Nwaigwe. Chiagozie Joy Nwaigwe.
Engineer Dr. A.R.
Engineer Augustine
career at the University of Ilorin, where he graduated
Augustine
with a bachelor's
Okechukwu
degree in mechanical engineering, a current registered engineer. He's a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and Nigerian Institute
Engineer
of Agricultural
Andrew
Engineers.
Odehe. Engineer Andrew Odehe. Engineer Ndoka Ije.
Engineer Kwaji Daniel commenced his engineering career at the University of Maiduguri, Borno State, Nigeria, culminating in the attainment of a Bachelor of Engineering degree in Electrical Electronics Engineering. A current registered engineer, he is a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and the Nigerian Institution of Electrical and Electronics
Engineer Bats Emeka Nwibe. Engineer Bats Emeka Nwibe. Engineer Lazarus Agu Oko Agu.
Engineer Dr. Nanami Gana Lantewa started his
Engineer
engineering career at the University of Maiduguri, where he graduated with a bachelor's degree
Safrel
in electrical and electronics engineering. He is currently serving as a general manager of the Information Systems and
Morakinyo.
Documentation Department at the Niger
Safrel
Delta Power
Morakinyo.
Holding Company Limited. A current registered engineer, he is a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers.
Engineer
and the Nigerian
Andrew
Institution of
Wese.
Electrical and Electronics Engineers.
Engineer Andrew Wese. Engineer Chidozie Ojike.
Engineer Isiaka Alhaji Lawan started his professional engineering career at Ahmadu Bello
Engineer
University Zaria, where he graduated with
Mohammed
in electrical and
Iman.
electronics engineering.
Engineer Mohammed Iman.
He is a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and the Nigerian Institution of Electrical and Electronics Engineers.
Engineer Amechi Nwogbe. Amechi Nwogbe. Engineer Emmanuel Ogunlewe.
Engineer Professor Lawan Salisu Muhammad started his engineering career
Engineer
at Bayero
Sadiq
University, Kano, where he
Yari
graduated with a
Salihu.
bachelor's degree in electrical and electronics engineering. A current registered engineer, he is a member of the Nigerian Society
Engineer
of Engineers
Baba
and the
Shehu
Nigerian
Waziri.
Institution of Electrical and Electronics Engineers.
Engineer Lydia Odunsi. Engineer Lydia Odunsi.
Engineer Muhammad Sani Liman started his engineering career
Engineer
at Federal University of Technology,
Madi
Mina,
Zama.
where he graduated with a bachelor's
Engineer Madi
degree in
Zama.
mechanical engineering. Presently, he serves as the Assistant General Manager at Transmission Company of Nigeria, headquarters Abuja. A current registered
Engineer Corey
is a member of the
Shetima.
Nigerian Society of Engineers and Nigerian Institution of Power Engineers.
Engineer Reginius Ogunjobi. Reginius Ogunjobi.
Engineer
Engineer Ada
Olushina
Ifeyinwa
Made started
Okafor.
his engineering career at University
Ada
of Ilorin,
Ifeyinwa
Oyo State,
Okafor.
where he graduated with a bachelor's degree in electrical and electronics engineering. A current registered
Engineer Patrick
is a member of the
Funshaw
Nigerian Society of Engineers and the Nigerian Institution
Obidoyin.
of Electrical and Electronics Engineers.
Engineer Daniel Kwaji. Engineer Daniel Kwaji. Daniel Kwaji.
Engineer Mahmoud Suleiman
Engineer
Adamu
Chukwu
started his engineering
Okorafor.
career at Bayero University, Kano, where he graduated with a bachelor's degree in electrical and electronics engineering. A current registered engineer,
Engineer
he is a member of the Nigerian
Solomon
Society of Engineers and the Nigerian Institution of
Omogiate.
and Electronics Engineers.
Engineer Benjamin Osegale. Engineer Adebi David Ojo.
Engineer Deborah Kemba Maidawa started an engineering career at the Waziri Umaru Polytechnic, Benin, Kebbi, where she graduated with a national diploma in electrical engineering. She then proceeded to Federal University of Technology, Mina,
Engineer
Bachelor's of Engineering in Electrical and Computer
Bedega
A current registered
Jila.
engineer, she is a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and the Nigerian Institution of Electrical and Electronics Engineers and Association of Professional Women Engineers in Nigeria.
Engineer Louis Nwachukwu. Engineer Louis Nwachukwu.
Engineer Yusuf Manu started his engineering career.
Engineer Adeshola
Started his
Oladeji.
engineering career at University of Maiduguri, where he graduated with a bachelor's degree in civil and water resources.
Engineer Chijoke Isaac Obe.
Registered engineer. He is a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and Nigerian Institution of Civil Engineers.
Engineer John Etiat. Engineer Okpokalu Ndukwe.
Engineer Abdullahi A. Masood began his engineering career at Ahmadu Bello University in Zaria,
Engineer Joel
where he earned a bachelor's degree in electrical
Shiko.
engineering. A current
Engineer
registered
Joel
engineer,
Shiko.
he is a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and the Nigerian Institution of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. Engineer Hassan Mbaka commenced his
Engineer
career in engineering after graduating from the prestigious
Mohammed
University Zaria
Yahaya.
with Bachelor of Engineering degree in Electrical.
Engineer Mohammed Yahaya.
A current registered engineer, he is a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and the Nigerian Institution of Electrical and Electronics Engineers.
Engineer Augustine Okbong. Engineer John.
Engineer Rashida Muhammad Raji started her engineering career at the Federal Polytechnic,
Nwonuvu.
where she graduated with a higher national diploma in electrical engineering. Her undying quest for knowledge spurred her to obtain a postgraduate diploma telecommunications engineering and a master's degree in information technology is in progress at Open University of Nigeria. A current registered engineer, she is a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and the Nigerian Institution
Engineer Adewale Rashid.
of Electronics Engineers, an association of professional women engineers in Nigeria.
Engineer Debola Onakoya. Engineer Debola Onakoya.
Engineer Ibrahim Haib Muhammad began his engineering career at Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, Bauchi, where he earned a bachelor's degree
Engineer
in electrical engineering.
Adenuga
Current registered engineer,
Opanuga.
is a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers
Adenuga
and the Nigerian
Opanuga.
Institution of Electrical and Electronics Engineers.
Engineer William Onya.
Engineer Ahmed Mohammed started his engineering career
William
at
Onya.
prestigious Ahmadu Bello University, Zaria, from where he graduated with a bachelor's degree in civil engineering. He is a current registered engineer and a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers.
Engineer Baba Jibrin. Baba Jibrin. Engineer Olusegun
began his
Ogunsanya.
at Bayero University, Kano, where he earned a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering. A current registered engineer, he is a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and the Nigerian Institution of Electrical and Electronics Engineers.
Engineer Emmanuel Oremodu. Emmanuel Oremodu. Engineer Nathaniel Soje.
Engineer Musa Amos Dandali
Engineer Nathaniel
started his
Soje.
engineering career at the University of Maiduguri, where he graduated with a bachelor's degree in electrical and electronics engineering. A current registered engineer, he is a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and the Nigerian Institution of Electrical and Electronics Engineers.
Engineer Bello Saki. Bello Saki. Engineer Kabiru Suleiman.
Engineer Bala Musa began his engineering career at Ahmadu Bello University in Zaria, Nigeria, where he earned a bachelor's degree in electrical
Engineer
engineering.
Abubakar
Current
Issa.
registered engineer, he is a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers
Engineer Abubakar
and the Nigerian
Issa.
Institution of Electrical and Electronics Engineers. Engineer Ozakari Musa Ibrahim started his engineering career after he graduated from Kaduna Polytechnic Kaduna with HND certificate in civil engineering technology. A current registered engineer, he is a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and fellow the Nigerian Institution of Civil Engineers. Engineer Musa Z. Musa started his engineering career at the Aliko Dangote University of Science and Technology, Woodhill, where he graduated with a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering. A current registered engineer, he is a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and the Nigerian Institution of Electrical Electronics Engineers. Engineer Muazu Shirama Mustafa began his engineering career at Ahmadu Bello University in Zaria, Nigeria, where he earned a bachelor's degree in electrical engineering. A current registered engineer, he is a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and the Nigerian Institution of Electrical and Electronics Engineers.
Okay, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we are going to have a little break in the presentation of the fellowship flags for Mr. President to perform another function before we come back. But before then, let me quickly acknowledge
Engineer Professor Nicholas
the
Oliver
presence
a professor of agricultural
of the
engineering, started his engineering career at the Federal University of Technology, Yola.
former
where he obtained
governor
a Bachelor
of
Engineering degree in
Bayelsa
agricultural
State,
engineering.
a very
current
distinguished
registered
senator of the Federal
He is a member of
Republic,
the Nigerian Society of
distinguished Senator
Engineers and a fellow
Seriaki
of the
Dixon.
Nigerian Institution
You are welcome,
of
sir.
Agricultural Engineers.
May I invite Mr. President once again for the presentation of awards to some distinguished engineers. Mr. President, sir. I respectfully invite Engineer Ifoluwa Oyedele to come up to receive his award. Engineer Ifoluwa Oyedele. Is receiving an award for hyper supporter of engineering in Nigeria. Mr. President, sir. Engineer Halimat Adediron, please can you kindly come to the podium to receive your award? She's also receiving award for hyper supporter of engineering in Nigeria. The next category of awards is the Presidential Merit Award. The first on the list is Engineer Ben O.C. Oko. Engineer Saki B.M., please, your medal is here. Engineer Ben O.C. Oko, please kindly come to receive your award. Let me receive on his behalf, please. Engineer Mohammed Mustafa. Engineer Mohammed Mustafa. Engineer Tessa Van Deyon. Engineer Tessa Van Deyon. Mohammed Mustafa. Engineer Tessa Van Deyon, please.
Let's give this one before Board of Fellows.
Engineer Audu Adamu Masawaba. The next category is for the members of the Board of Fellows, Presidential Merit Award. Engineer Ebele Okeke. Engineer Ebele Okeke. Engineer Abdul Salihi.
Oh, yeah. Just choose
Engineer Victor Oyenuga.
Rabi Haruna.
Engineer Valerie Aberaba. Engineer Abubakar Maude. Engineer Abdullahi Mutai. Engineer Olu Ogundiile. Engineer Professor Musa Shuaibu. Engineer Rabiu Haruna, Engineer Esther Gonda, Engineer Dennis Daniel, Engineer Professor James Akomu, Engineer Wakil.
Stop leading. These are the only people who are. Okay. No. Just give. I'll give.
Engineer Paulinus Ogu.
Go and collect.
Engineer Paulinus Ogu.
Obu is here. Stop reading that. Stop reading. Just take that one.
Engineer Dr. Bumikoka.
This one. Umi.
Right. Thank you, Mr. President, for.
You can have internet now. Let's rest.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. President. We are going to be. Thank you very much, Mr. President. We are going to the next phase of the fellowship, presentation of plaques. May I call on the following to come and pick their plaques and get ready for a handshake with Mr. President. May I also invite back the members of the Board of Fellows of the Society to come back to the podium for the final phase of the fellowship. Engineer Amalate Obubete. Engineer Amalate Jonathan. Obuebite. May I invite Mr. President, please? Engineer Adarigofua Ukpebitere. Engineer Juliet Ukommadu. Engineer Osalewien Osawagu. Engineer Adamu Saliu. Engineer Tochukwu Ogweleka. Engineer Tochukwu Ogweleka. Engineer Isaac Onu. Engineer Isaac Onu. Engineer Olatunji Olorunyomi. Engineer Bello Saki. Kayode, the photographer, your attention is needed. Engineer Bello Saki. Engineer Chukwuma
Engineer Charles
Chiedozie Kachi.
started his engineering career at
Engineer
Nnamdi
Chukwuma
Azikiwe
Chiedozie
University, where
Kachi.
he obtained a Bachelor of Engineering degree in Power and Machines. He is currently the Assistant General Manager, System Development, National
Engineer
Control Center, Transmission Company of
Olushola
Nigeria. A current
Imoyo.
registered engineer, is a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and the Nigerian Institution of Electrical and Electronics.
Engineer Benjamin Ozobeme. Engineer Benjamin Ozobeme. Engineer Abusalam Kachala.
Engineer Longinus Ogana Rironye Nebu started his engineering career at River State University of Science and Technology, Port Harcourt, where he obtained Bachelor of Technology degree in Electrical Electronics Engineering.
Engineer Fidelis
Engineer, he is a member of the Nigerian Society of
Onubogu
Engineers and the Nigerian Institution of Electrical
Fidelis
and Electronics
Onubogu.
Engineers.
Engineer Adebola Rahim. Engineer Adeyinka Ogunsanya.
Started his engineering career at Kaduna Polytechnic, Kaduna, with HND certificate in electrical power and machines engineering. A current registered engineer, he is a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and the Nigerian Institute of Electrical and Electronics Engineers.
Engineer Oke Christian Obum Okoye.
Engineer Nwachukwu Lois Okechukwu holds a bachelor's degree in electrical electronics.
Engineer Donatus
from then Anambra State University
Ifani
of Technology, ASUTEC.
Okonkwo.
A current registered engineer, he is a member of Nigerian Society of Engineers.
Engineer Odihi.
Engineer Muhammad
Andrew started his engineering at the University of Maiduguri, Borno State, where he graduated with a bachelor degree in electrical and electronic engineering. A current registered engineer, he is a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and the
Engineer Ofure
and Electronics Engineers.
Also Ide. Ofure also Ide. Engineer Felix Obike.
Engineer Abdul Mumini
Engineer Isaac
Shehu started his engineering
Oyeyemi
at the Federal University of Technology in Mina, Niger State, where he graduated with a bachelor degree in electrical
Engineer
His undying quest for knowledge
Ekete
spurred him to obtain a master degree in telecommunication engineering at Abubakar Tafawa Balewa University, Bauchi. Engineer Abdul Mumini is currently a senior manager of transmission company of Nigeria. He is a current registered engineer and a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers.
Engineer Amaka Antonia Oyanne. Engineer Abdul Ghaffar Kama
started his engineering career at Bayero University, where
Engineer Abdul Ghaffar
graduated
Rashid
with a bachelor degree in
Gama.
civil engineering. He is a current registered engineer and a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers.
Engineer Aminu Tijani. Engineer Richard Azubike John.
Engineer Dennis Inya Uche started
Engineer Omini Sunday Oboma,
where he had his first degree and graduated with a Bachelor of Engineering degree. His undying quest for
Engineer
knowledge spurred him
Uche
to obtain a master degree in electrical engineering from the University of Lagos, Unilag, Akoka, Lagos. He's a current registered engineer and a member of the Nigerian Society of Engineers,
Victor
Nigerian Institution of Power Engineers.
Ejikeme Ihediwa. Engineer Ehosa Ogbe. Engineer Francis Ugute. Engineer Adamu Sani. Engineer Adamu Sani. Engineer Ibrahim Bukola Saliman. Engineer Muhammad Sani Nuhu. Engineer Joel Olade Semola. Engineer Joshua Olaoye. Engineer Ifyok Robert. We have this for Engineer Saki BM. Engineer Michael Nwagu. Engineer Basil Uchenabo. Engineer Ndubisi Hyginus Ikeli. Engineer Joshua Elia. Engineer Chidi Oga. Engineer Nahim Olaposhi Raji. Engineer Abdul Karim Ozoveme Uma. Engineer Hassan Musa Shuaibu. Engineer Zahid Jagun. Engineer Mobolaji Popola. Engineer Celestine Udemba. Engineer Olarinde Owoni. Engineer Basi Oso. Engineer Titus Ifeanyi Onya. Engineer Zenab Yunusa. Engineer Ayuba Anza Usman. Engineer Hawa Ibrahim Khalil. Engineer Solomon Olusanya. Engineer Nicholas Hamesan. Engineer Anthony Okoli. Engineer Idris Adamu Kaduna. Engineer Odinaka Nelson Ubogu. Engineer Kabiru Salau. Engineer Dennis Inya Uche. God bless you. Thank you. Engineer Abdul Mini Shehu. Engineer Abdullahi Yusuf. Engineer Gufra Shuaibu. Engineer Nani Karaye. Engineer Ene Elizabeth Okroho. Engineer Biliaminu Ishola. Engineer Anselm Ijebo. Engineer Tessa Kaso. Engineer Iwan Okesaibo. Engineer Tiza Shaka. Engineer Iniabasi Udofia. Engineer Victor Obano. Engineer Ado Inwa Suleiman. Engineer Wasiu Tijani. Engineer Opai Ukoha. Engineer Uche Okoli. Engineer Osazuwa Odeong. Engineer John Obano. Engineer Abiosun Olayinka. Olaniyon. Abiodun Sahid Olaniyon. Engineer Emmanuel Umar. Hello. Engineer Obunnaya Obuma. Engineer Tina Ogiabwe. Engineer Promise Jumbo. Engineer Olaiton Ijiwoye. Engineer Festus Sunday Olaoye. Engineer Nuhu Ishaya. Engineer Fidelis Okay. Jonathan. Engineer Kingsley Tima. Engineer Aminu Ismaila. Engineer Festus Obiora Okafor. Festus Obiora Okafor. Engineer Karaye Please, we have your medal here, Engineer Karaye and Engineer Sariki BM. Engineer Dominic Nnaji. Engineer Musa Ahmed Yerima. Okay. Engineer Terry. That one no be. Muhammad Ahmad. Thank you very much, Mr. President, for that. Distinguished ladies and please note that we are going to take group photograph before we finally wrap up the program. But before that, may I invite please, if you did not hear your name, kindly come and confirm from the names called already.
Please, if you have not collected your plaque and have a handshake with the president, come up. Quick, quick, go and check here. Check now your name. If you have not collected your plaques, Chinyere. Kai, this.
Engineer Ibrahim Muhammad. Ibrahim Muhammad.
Collect and stand that way. Stand that direction.
Engineer Bala Musa. Engineer Raji Muhammad. Engineer Raji Muhammad. Engineer Charles Nnajide. Engineer Charles Nnajide. Engineer Charles Nnajide. Engineer Madi Zama. Engineer Madi Zama. Engineer Augustine Ayodele. Engineer Usman Shehu. Engineer Uchechukwu Ihunweze. Engineer Tiamiyu Ganiyu. Engineer Abba Babagana. Engineer Olatunji Andrew Abasiola, Engineer Muhammad Isa Alhaji, Engineer Promise Alole, Engineer Nandi Ibe, Engineer Amarebu Oluma, Amarebu Oluma, Engineer Muhammad Kiari, Sam Dabe, Engineer Dewale Alaba, Engineer Paul Dele, Engineer Wasiu Idou, Batunde Awode, Engineer Musa Mus, Engineer John Obano,
What is his name? Maden. The one I was telling you, that Maden. Okay. Which one is it?
Thank you very much. Please, we want to inform all the conferees, if there's any conferee, any of the new fellows that didn't get his plaque, please, you visit the secretariat tomorrow, it will be sorted out. Thank you very much.
January. Hello, please. If you have not seen your flag here, we just got information that the contractor has not brought them. So please bear with us. By January, when we resume in the secretariat, you collect it, because we are closing the secretariat tomorrow.
Engineer Aminu Sorondinki Tijani, your attention is needed. Your certificate is here. Your certificate is here. All right, thank you, Mr. President. Please, can we Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. President. May I invite Engineer Ado Inua? May I invite Engineer Ado Inua? Okay. May I invite Engineer Nimot Muli, FNSC, to respond on behalf of the new fellows. Please, can we appreciate her?
Thank you very much, Engineer Ben Okosi. I hope I didn't murder your name the way you did. I'm Engineer Nimotala Moili. My president, Engineer Tasil Udil Gidadi Saad, the deputy president and incoming president, Engineer Margaret Haino Ogutala, the national school president, our spouses, my co-conferees, the National ESCO, all the branch chairman present, our distinguished guests, all our well-wishers, gentlemen of the press, I say very good evening to you all. And I'm delighted to give this valedictory speech. I sincerely want to thank everyone that has been a part of this journey, supporting us in the various activities that has led to this special day. We say a very big thank you. It's been a very worthwhile journey to have been giving so much to the NSC, and to crown it up with this occasion is very delighting and gratifying. I say a very big thank you. And I wish all the very best, and I encourage us to keep giving our best to our noble profession. Congratulations and thank you for being here. I wish us a safe journey to our various destinations. Thank you.
Sorry, this. Thank you very much. That's one of our newest fellows of the society. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of this program. Before we go, let me inform all the new fellows that immediately after the national anthem, there is going to be a group photograph. So you have to stay behind for the group photograph, which will be taken before the presidential recession. With that, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we've come to the end of the program. Can we be on our feet for the closing prayer? Second stanza of the national anthem. Let's recite together as we say, O God of creation, direct our noble cause, guide our leaders right, help our youth the truth to know, in love and honesty to grow, and living just and true, great lofty heights attain, to build a nation where peace and justice shall reign. Amen. The national anthem. Thank you very much. May I invite all the new fellows to come for the group photograph. Thank you very much, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. My name is Engineer Ben O.C. Oko, fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers and fellow of the American Society of Civil Engineers. It's my pleasure to officially sign out for today's event. Thank you and God bless you.